With so much content whizzing around out there, there's only one storytelling platform that helps you keep calm and stay informed and inspired: Flipboard. Flipboard curates the world's stories so you can be smarter in your work, life, and play. Choose from thousands of topics to personalize Flipboard and get the latest stories from the best publishers and experts delivered to you 24/7. When you see stories you want to save or share, tap the plus button to add them to private or public collections. It's that simple. Used by millions of people every day, Flipboard is how people move themselves and the world forward. Get started now at flipboard.com. It's the E-Commerce Minute, your daily dose of e-commerce, tech, and retail news, with your hosts Bart Mraz and John Suter. The E-Commerce Minute is a production of Sumo Heavy, a digital commerce consulting firm in Brooklyn, New York, and Philadelphia. Find us on the web at sumoheavy.com. It's E-Commerce Minute for February 27th, 2018.
In today's episode, Nike Air Jordan sell out on Snapchat in 23 minutes.
Last weekend was the 30th anniversary of the iconic Nike Air Jordan 3, and the celebration was in full swing over at the NBA All-Star Weekend in Los Angeles. Nike made history that weekend by becoming the first brand to sell a product directly through the Snapchat app, with a surprise special pre-release of its Air Jordan 3 Tinker Shoe, according to a post on TechCrunch. People who attended a Nike party after the NBA All-Star game on February 18th could scan exclusive Snap codes to open the app and purchase the sneakers for same-day delivery. The shoes sold out in 23 minutes. E-commerce platform Shopify and startup Darkstore managed order taking and delivery for the sneaker promotion, and agency RGA developed the activation. Darkstore CEO Lee Haneke said to TechCrunch, "This is the holy grail of experience that Nike is trying to intend, which is direct-to-consumer, to the actual consumer versus a bot, and same-day delivery. The Snap code introduces a new paradigm for commerce." Aside from its recent brand merchandise release, this has been Snap's biggest foray into e-commerce. Earlier this month, Snap introduced a line of merch that includes dancing hot dog plushies, Snapchat logo sweatshirts, and branded hats. Letting brands sell their own merchandise through the platform might be the shot in the arm the struggling company needs.
I don't know if it's struggling, but are you talking about Snapchat or Nike?
Snap. Depends on what day you're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if Instagram is starting to get the shopping thing finally. I mean, people have been waiting for it. Like, you still can't put URLs into Snapchat.
Ugh,
This is the worst thing ever.
that's so painful. But
Yeah, it's painful, and I don't know what they're waiting for. Obviously, I mean, I've seen starting to see Instagram have like shopping stuff, but Snapchat, if they're doing what, it looks like they're doing it.
Yeah,
Plus,
I'd like to have a broader discussion about Instagram, but let's talk about Snapchat. The fact that they're integrating e-commerce in here, and with the QR codes, it makes it so easy.
Yep.
I'm surprised that this hadn't happened sooner.
Which is what we were talking about for 2 years now, right?
Yeah. But the way they did it with sneakers, that's the perfect audience for them. It's the perfect audience for because there's a hype around it. They got great PR out of this. It's kind of a semi-viral thing, even though most people found out about it after it was over.
Yep.
I think this is a perfect promotion for Snapchat, and I think that they could do a lot more of this. This will really, I think it'll kind of change the platform, because now we're going to get into the conversation of what is actually wrong with Snapchat.
Well, we were at Temple. I was speaking at Temple, and then we sat down with a whole bunch of kids, and they're like, "Yeah, it's terrible. It's the worst."
The kid, yeah, we actually took an informal survey. We talked to a bunch of business students, and we had a lunch with them afterwards, and we started talking about social media and how it works with. We were talking about entrepreneurism in general, and we were talking about the importance of social media, and we took an informal survey, and it was generally just thumbs down, like Snapchat, and they were all going to Instagram. But even then they said, well, but Instagram, there's so many ads now, so who knows how that's going to shake out.
But that's just platforms, right? I mean, at the end of the day, who knows if this happened once and that'd be it, or everybody going to follow it, right? That's the biggest thing. How many times have we seen something happen in one of these social media things and it worked, and then not happen again, right? Because it was just a novelty thing.
Right. And they said that about Twitter. Nobody's going to use Twitter. So, but the thing with Snapchat is they have such a large user base, and the user base skews so much younger, which we can get into a whole thing about that. 1.2 million Snapchat users signed a petition to tell them to change the design back, because the last design release, the stories were hidden and people are pissed off. but they're not going to change it back. I know that's silly to even consider.
And like Kyle Jenner just dropped off completely with one tweet, said, nope, no, thank you.
So for those who haven't heard, Kylie Jenner last week, I barely know who Kylie Jenner is, but apparently she's a social media influencer. Yes, I know who she is. I just don't care about her. She tweeted, "Sir, does anyone else not open Snapchat anymore, or is it just me?" to her 24 million followers.
You might not care, but 24 million people do.
Soon after, you just don't casually say something to 24 million people. So,
no.
As predicted, Snap stock plummeted 6%, a 1.3 billion with a B drop in market value. These social influencers do have a say in how these companies are run. They don't like to, these companies are almost run by the social influencers. You look at the people on Instagram with 10, 20 million followers, they could do one thing and either make somebody a lot of money or ruin someone. It's that powerful.
Yeah.
And on Thursday, makeup brand Maybelline posted something on Twitter, and they asked their followers, they basically say, here's the tweet: "Our Snapchat views have dropped dramatically, and we want to stay connected to you all." I'm trying to do the voice of the social media manager at Maybelline. "Our Snapchat views have dropped dramatically, and we want to stay connected with you all. We're not sure if this platform to do that anymore, unfortunately. Should Maybelline stay on Snapchat?"
Wow, John, that is
Isn't that good?
No.
Snapchat.
You don't think be a good guy like me?
All right, so they thought better of it because it's kind of a stupid tweet for a brand to put out. They deleted it, but while the poll was still live, I mean, they actually had a poll, and enough people got on it by 6:15 p.m. Thursday. 81% of the 5,000 people who voted chose to bail and go to Instagram. So there is a backlash against Snapchat, and where I'm leading this into is, what does this mean for brands who want to get on? Because you can't put your money on every platform.
No, you can't. I mean, it's right. I mean, you can, you can't, right? Like you can, and you should, but kind of follow where attention is. I mean, that's, I'm sorry to steal Gary's words, but like, where's the attention? Like, if Snapchat is not the place right now, kind of follow it and do something else.
And you're absolutely right. But how do you know where that is? You have to look. You have to skate where what's the Wayne Gretzky? You have to shoot where the puck is going. You have to go where the puck's going to be. You don't know where the puck's going to be.
Do the work. I'm sorry, but do the work. This is just, it's point. Like, here's the thing. Like, we do enough of this stuff all day long, and we actually do our own marketing and push that out there. And there's a lot of content, and we know we still don't do enough, and we do a lot. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
I think the brands, and this is like a bigger like conversation about all these brands. I get it. It's part of marketing. You have to do it. You have to adjust to these things. It's not like used to be like put an ad campaign out there and it's just out there.
Right. Let's put an ad in the magazine and see how it works.
Sorry, that's not the world anymore. It's micro tiny things that just go out there, and maybe 5 viewers view it, but on another platform 1,000 view it. Like, you have no choice.
Well, we're the best case study of that. We put things on every social platform, and we say how different pieces of our audience react. Some it's just like nothing. You have to put it out there because you have to figure out where your audience is going, and you have to figure out where your audience is going to be.
Yeah, so, but also if you look at it, it depends on the story, right? We do this show every day, and sometimes the story hits on one thing and doesn't hit on another, and then vice versa.
And that leads back to Instagram and Snapchat, because Snapchat and Instagram are very visual. What we do is not very visual. So if you look at our Instagram feed, we don't post a lot there, because how many times can you write about the consulting business, or how many times can you post a stat? It's, people don't generally warm up to that kind of stuff. So we're very careful about what we post on Instagram. But Twitter is we're very into sharing e-commerce news and information, and obviously what we post out for these podcasts and other events that we do. So it's definitely, you have to tailor your content to the platform. So let me ask you, have you heard over the weekend of a platform called Vero?
It's on my phone.
So where did this come from? Like, in the last 3 days, all my design groups blew up with, "Oh my God, are you on Vero? Should we be there?" And I went, I don't know. I'm going to sign up anyway because who knows? It's
Yeah.
like the same thing with Ello. Remember when Ello came out?
Yeah, but it's the same thing with Instagram, same thing with Facebook, same thing with all these things, right?
That's precisely my point. Is where I was getting is how do you know what's the right platform to be in? And you have to just get on there and give some attention to it just to see.
Well, it's Snapchat. Remember, Snapchat was nothing and then like exploded all of a sudden.
Right, and I still don't know how to use it. And they keep changing it. I still don't know how to use it. Snapchat is very frustrating from a user experience standpoint, but that's a whole other discussion.
It might be just you.
It could be just me. No, I don't think it's just me. I think it's terribly designed. I think they tried to be too cute for their own good, and I think a lot more people would have used Snapchat in the early days if it was easier to use. That's just my opinion.
That's probably true. Who knows? We'll see.
All right. Anything else to add to this?
No. That's about it, my friend.
All right. Let's see. I faded out there.
We just faded.
I'm going to cut all this out.
Bye, end the show.
All right. That's your e-commerce minute for today. We'll see you on the internet tomorrow. That's it for today's show. If you like the show, do us a favor and subscribe or leave us a review on iTunes. And don't forget, you can now listen to the e-commerce minute on your Amazon device. Just add e-commerce minute to your flash briefing. And finally, if you have a comment or suggestion or just want to say hi, find us on social media at Sumo Heavy.